La BU, sunt Sabina Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră. O să discutăm despre energie și despre felul în care se schimbă lucrurile la nivel european. Vedem cum ne ajută sau cum ne afectează și în țara noastră. Today here with me in the European Parliament in Brussels is Geier. Thank you so much for your presence.
Welcome.
We will discuss today about the Just Transition Fund because it's a huge debate at the European level. Actually, what is this fund?
Well, what we have to do in the next 10 years is to reorganize our economy in a way that it becomes carbon-free. And this is a huge challenge. The basic idea is that we need money for the economy to transform, but we also need money for the workers, for the labor force, to join us on this challenge. And that means we need a fund, we need an instrument to create new jobs or to reskill the labor force in order that they can find new jobs.
In general, it's about new jobs, or it's about adapting to the situation, to the new situation?
I think it will be both. So, of course, the transformation in itself has some new chances, and there will be new jobs created by the transformation, but probably we have a gap when it comes to the skills. So, in order to help the people to stay optimistic on that, they have to feel and they have to have hope that they can have a new job in this new economy. And that is what the fund should be for.
The shifting to this new economy is tough in general. In some countries, it's tougher than the others. Where is the most debated subject?
I don't think so much that it is tougher in one country or another. So I'm coming from Germany. So, I mean, we will have to completely rehaul our automotive industry. And that is also for a highly industrial country and an economically strong country. It is a huge challenge. But in Eastern Europe, where you rely more on coal in producing energy, it will be, of course, also a big challenge here, at least in changing the energy producing sector.
In your country, what are you focusing on when discussing about the Just Transition Fund?
We will have to find new jobs, as I said, for especially in the automotive industry. This is the locomotive of the German economy. And we have studies from the metal trade union that there will be a lot of jobs lost in the production of engines because you need much less parts and much less labor to produce an electric engine than the conservative, the one we have now. And of course, we have to find an alternative when it comes to jobs, and that will be a huge challenge for our economy.
What examples do you have of alternatives that you can create in your country?
For example, what we need is an own European battery production. We cannot rely on East Asian producers here, and Germany is eager to have an own battery production in Germany. So that is a new one. We need the distribution of that. We need the recycling of that. So there's a huge new wave of economy coming up, but we have to catch up to it.
Yes. Changes. Yeah.
Hope so.
Also, here at the European level is discussed the timetable for this shifting. How much time do we actually need in Europe to go to the carbon-free era, let's say?
Well, we know that the next 10 years are decisive. In order to meet the Paris goals that we stop the global warming below 2%, we have this next 10 years to act. That means we have to get the instruments as soon as possible to make them available when they are needed, because the transformation starts now.
Who is actually trying to stop this discussion, or trying to at least delay the introduction of the new
I'm not sure.
data?
There's some political forces and also some member states who are not so happy in giving away money on the European level. This is not so much because they deny the need for transformation. That is more because they do not trust the EU spending the money in a wise way. And this has to be overcome because we have to show some European solidarity here.
In terms of political debate, I've seen so many times in the recent period persons saying, okay, we have to go back to the Paris Agreement because nothing is actually put into action until now.
Well, we have some delays. I mean, one of the things that I was very happy about that has been achieved during the Paris Accord was that the People's Republic of China agreed on having also an emission trading system, creating a level playing field for the industry, and we're still waiting for that. So, of course, we have to protect our industry because, of course, we have to work against an unfair competition. But we have to meet the Paris account targets. And also, if China has agreed to do so, we demand some action.
How will the life of the citizen change in the near future due to Just Transition Fund, due to shifting to the new types of economy, trying to get to the Paris Agreement?
So if we are good, then people will have more welfare and a secure job and a clean environment and a protected climate. So it shouldn't be less ambitious than that.
And if not?
Well, then we have to overcome the trouble. But I'm afraid there is no alternative because, I mean, I'm 58 now. I could say, well, it's not on me, but I want to, my son is now 20. And I want that he lives in a world that is still
breathable.
A place that is worth living in. And so we have to think of the future and the coming generations. And of course, this is a huge challenge. And of course, I can understand that people are afraid, but we have to help them. That is a crucial political job.
It will be, in your opinion, an earthquake when trying to adapt to these new rules?
I think it will more a smoother process because things have to be prepared, things have to be discussed, decision has to be made, have to be implemented. So this is a long time, but people have to have an idea what at the end is waiting for them, and that is not something they have to be afraid of.
Is it still possible to have rules, good rules, let's say, applicable to each member state, or it should be adapted to the specificality of each economy?
It should be specificated, of course. I mean, we have the instrument that the Commission asks the member states for a plan, how they want to adapt. And this plan can be assessed in a way that we see, is it enough? Is it working? Can we agree to them? Do we go down the same road? This is a process of harmonization in the EU member state that has to be done. But of course, the circumstances in Romania may be complete others than in Germany, but we have to find a common way.
The citizens are in general afraid of the changes that appear in their life. Everything that's new it comes also with some question marks, important question marks. What is your message for the European citizens?
I can totally understand, especially in Central and East Europe, that the people has experienced a huge change in the last 30 years. I'm coming from Germany. The 9th of November, when the Berlin Wall came down, is just a couple of days away, and we're still coping with, making a common country out of it and respecting the experiences of our East German compatriots, and that is also true, I guess, for more Central and East European citizens. But this is something that is not completely in our hands. Either we change or we will have a dying planet. And this is something people have to become aware of. And every politician of responsibility has to support that and explain to people that we are not making something just to shock them or while we have a crazy idea, but because it's necessary and we want to help them not to be afraid of it.
Thank you for the message. Thank you for your presence here
Welcome.
at BU. BU will focus now on Romania.